This is Ishan Isak with Zishan on air. We're live with the social media platform all over the world through Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as Instagram Live. So I welcome you all. And if you have not joined my YouTube channel or not connected with me with social media platforms, please do, because that's the way we stay connected. A lot to cover. I'll get right into it. For Iran, Trump's reversal on escalation shows who has the upper hand. That was the headline in the New York Times. And not only Washington is grappling with depleted stores of munitions, some military officials say their abilities to fight future conflicts, such as a so-called great power war against China, could be hobbled by shortages that might take years to reverse, particularly of defensive weapons like Patriot missiles. So that's definitely something where people are not going to be very comfortable with, especially the military officials. And that's where this particular situation has developed. And not only President Trump was told by the generals, and he continues to deny it. However, there is this news from the New York Times, and even the procurement in terms of percentages of various missiles, some have gone up multiple 100%, 200%, 700%, 900% for some different types of missiles, from Tomahawk to Patriot, THAAD, and cruise missiles, what have you. So that's basically where we will continue to share this news. This attack has also stirred rare dissent within Jordan, especially when Jordan was attacked. A crucial U.S. security ally in the region, as hundreds of prominent Jordanians, among them politicians and lawyers, challenged their country's limits on free speech to demand the withdrawal of American forces. So this is another thing that is happening in the Middle East as we speak. And another key area is Mr. Reyes. He is somebody who is keeping an eye on this entire situation, and quoted by the New York Times. Mr. Reyes said, it's already 8 years of his maximum pressure with economic sanctions, he said, now combined with military pressure that has never produced what he has sought, unquote. Iran has not budged, unquote, he wrote. And this is where Mr. Karimi and the former Iranian officials said Iran should ready itself for another phase of war in the coming weeks. So this is where Iranians, they are not budging. And quote, they are ready for the war and they won't back down, unquote, said Amir al-Musawi, a former Iranian diplomat. And another thing which Mr. Rezai wrote, if a strike is made on Iran, quote unquote, he wrote in a response on X to Mr. Trump's renewed threats in recent days, quote, we will return the entire region and its facilities to the Stone Age, unquote. Let that sink in. So this is where these type of rhetoric, and especially Iranians, they're not backing down. And I hope, and we can certainly hope, that the calmer minds prevail. And the mediators, they do not have that kind of expertise. And the key issue is opening the Strait of Hormuz. And this is where the main issue. And Strait of Hormuz was open on February 27th. And that's what Iran has been saying for decades, that if they are attacked, they will shut it down. And they did. Another quote from Mr. al-Musawi, quote, we have no problem with war at all, and we are ready for the big confrontation, unquote. Musawi said the Iranians told the Americans, quote, Trump told the Iranians, I will hit the power in Iran. So the Iranians said, if you strike, we strike, unquote. So this is where the issue is. No one is backing down, but someone has to look into the world economy, the US economy, and we'll discuss how everything has gone up, from gas prices to groceries to healthcare bills, and everything is going up. Reuters has reported Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Pakistan pledge mutual defense as Middle East turmoil escalates. Nothing new. Only NATO has now been engaged. Pakistan already has an agreement with Saudi Arabia. But there is this report that also came out few days before this agreement that Putin is thinking of engaging NATO. If that would happen, does that mean Turkey, and now because of Turkey being engaged with Pakistan in this defense agreement with Saudi, they will also be part of that war with Putin? We don't know. And we don't know the details of these agreements because all of these regimes, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan, they are very secretive regimes. There's no democracy, maybe a little bit in Turkey. However, Erdogan has been in power for decades. And now you got to go ask these governments. Powerful political symbolism. Three of the Muslim world's most influential states are convening at a moment of heightened uncertainty, demonstrating a growing willingness among regional and middle powers to coordinate more closely on security matters, unquote, said Abdul Aziz Sagar, chairman of the Gulf Research Center. So that's a Saudi-based think tank. Obviously, they will say that. However, I do not think that this will result into anything because agreements are already put in place before the war, not during the war, after the war. I mean, they have already been attacked. The region is in turmoil. These are just very shaky and unstable regimes trying to hold on to power that if anything happens, at least they continue to rule the people. If you look at the people in these countries, just talk to them and you will get to know how miserable their lives are. Not everyone is doing great in these countries, Turkey, Saudi, and Pakistan. Especially Turkey and Pakistan, they're still struggling with a lot of youth unemployment. And even in Saudi, they have issues. So we'll see. So this was the Makkah Joint Defense Agreement that they called it. And we hope for peace in the world. And you can see the pictures on the right-hand side where because of the pressure from the West on Saudi, so they included these three women in the garb or the abaya, they call it in local language, standing behind these three leaders of their respective countries, Tayyip Erdogan, MBS sitting in the middle, and then Prime Minister Sharif on the right-hand side as you look at the picture as I'm sharing on the screen. The Telegraph has reported Russia could attack NATO within weeks, US intelligence warns. And after this report, just a couple of days or within hours, we saw this agreement that came about. So we got to go ask, perhaps Washington is in agreement, in alignment with this agreement, or maybe not, we don't know. Russia could attack a NATO country within weeks to test the alliance's resolve, US intelligence has warned. US officials believe Russia might attempt to escalate tensions by mounting a small land incursion or launching cyber attacks across Eastern Europe anytime from this autumn to 2029, the Wall Street Journal reported. And I don't want to read the whole thing, but intelligence assessments from their previous stance that Vladimir Putin would not attack while he's still caught up in his war in Ukraine. But this war has been going on for over 5 years now. And US has been fighting with Iran for more than 5 months. It has entered into the 6th month, but hopefully they will reach some type of an agreement. And we saw even Ukraine attacking Iranian cargo vessel in the Caspian Sea. But Iranians, they did not retaliate, which was a good thing. Otherwise, that could have been a disaster with the expanding parties or war getting expanded in that region. Iran demands U.S. withdrawal to open Hormuz. That was the latest from Wall Street Journal. And this issue is not settled. With domestic news, I would like to report Todd Blanc, he has been confirmed as Attorney General in tight Senate vote. And who is Abdul al-Sayed? He basically got his bachelor's degree in 2007 from University of Michigan. Then in 2011, he basically got his PhD in public health from University of Oxford. And then in 2017, he got his medicine degree from Columbia University. So that's who Abdul al-Sayed is. And then he is also obviously the nominee for the Democratic Party for U.S. Senate race in Michigan, where Congresswoman Haley couldn't win this race. It was a tight race, almost $60 to $70 million with all PACs, super PACs, including APAC. They spent the money, and now Mike Rogers will be facing Abdul al-Sayed. And I personally believe that it would be an interesting race, and Abdul al-Sayed might win it, or as some people are already calling it, could be a rigged election. I hope not, but you never know. We hear it from our president all the time. U.S. hiring slumps, a worrying sign for the economy. So when I say rigged election, there would be a rigged election in favor of Mike Rogers, not for Abdul Sayed. So that's where I want to clarify this. But hopefully, if enough people would vote, and he has a progressive platform, he had a very good conversation with the former President Obama today, and he was at Meet the Press, and this is where Congresswoman Haley Stevens, the very next day, issued the statement, and it was reported on Fox Local News as well. Quote, he's a doctor, community health official, a Rhodes Scholar, and a dedicated Michigander. I am proud to offer my support as he takes on Mike Rogers in the general election, unquote. So the issue is that many people are saying, oh, Democrats are divided. Well, not so, because the divisions are very minor as compared to what would be the situation for Michiganders, especially if Mike Rogers would win, because he, as according to Abdul Sayed, would be a rubber stamp for the administration. So this is a big one because Democrats can flip the Senate and get in majority. Trump signs executive orders targeting birthright citizenship, and this is where renewing his signature policies after the Supreme Court voided this earlier. However, now he's addressing some of these other issues with regards to unauthorized immigrants or temporary visa holders would increase the population of people in the country illegally by an average of about 255,000 births a year, but that was the Migration Policy Institute. However, this particular executive order is coming out for people who are ineligible for birthright citizenship and ban tourists from coming to the U.S. solely to give birth. So there are some technicalities here. Let's see how that would shape up if it's not getting challenged in the U.S. Supreme Court again. So this particular second order instructs the Department of State and Homeland Security take steps to limit foreigners from traveling to the U.S. specifically to have children born here, born there, a practice generally referred to as, quote, birth tourism, unquote. The order calls on the department to update rules, policies, and guidance, as well as other actions without going into detail. So that's basically what's happening. Senate panel votes to hold Fauci in contempt for refusing to answer questions. He was pleading the fifth, and he pleaded the fifth over 100 times, but he has been preemptively pardoned by President Biden all the way to January 2014. And this particular news, Trump voters criticizes ICE after fiance's arrest at Houston airport. That happened right here in Houston. And this is where this Yasmin Soares remains in ICE custody. So we'll see how ICE will continue to show their presence at U.S. airports domestically as well and internationally. Wages versus inflation, the data may disrupt the Federal Reserve's relative comfort with the state of the labor market. However, the latest is again that 23,000 positions on a seasonally adjusted basis last month, employers have cut 23,000 positions. So that is certainly not good news for the administration because it's the economy. And with that, I would like to thank all our key advertisers, especially Affordable Insurance of Texas, AITinsurance.com. That's their web address, AITinsurance.com. Their phone number is 737-854-4000, 737-854-4000 for auto insurance, commercial insurance, business insurance, health insurance, and homeowners insurance. Call AIT Insurance. Just a few minutes of call, and you will save hundreds and thousands of dollars in insurance premiums. Their number again, 737-854-4000. You can bundle auto insurance and with your homeowners insurance. So call them. And also on the web, their web address is www.aitinsurance.com. They've been in business for decades, and they have credibility and a lot of experience. Roop Saudi Palace, they have new shipments that have arrived for men, different types of sherwanis. Those are different names for these dresses, and kurta pajamas, even for women, gowns, evening gowns for brides, for grooms, for children of all age groups. And you can schedule a virtual video tour, and their virtual video tours phone number is where you can call and schedule it. It's 832-267-0065, 832-267-0065. And that's Roop Saudi Palace, and their address on the web is www.roopsaudi.com. And here in Houston, they're located at Hillcroft. You cannot miss it. They're close to Harvin. And that's Roop Saudi Palace. On Hillcroft, there's another restaurant where you can get all you can eat buffet Monday to Friday, vegetarian $12.99, non-veg $14.99, takeout buffet $7.99 per pound. You cannot find $7.99 per pound anywhere. That's a great deal. And they also have lunch buffet. That's a great offer as well. Every day lunch buffet. You can call them, mention my name, and for catering, for party trays, you can go online as well, shahnaitexas.com. You can see their address on the screen, SHAHNAI-Texas.com, or call 739-531-1388. And I would like to tell you about Travel Planner TX@gmail.com. That's right, Travel Planner TX@gmail.com. You can certainly take advantage of their offers. They have advanced purchase fare for Saudi Arabia from Texas, September, October, November, January, February, and March. No August and no December. Instant purchase promo deals from Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio to Medina or Jeddah or Riyadh or Dammam, as low as $900 including taxes. That's a great deal. Only $900 including taxes. Indo-Pak, that sector, India, Pakistan, Independence Day week deal is August, September, October, November, January, February, and March. No December. Instant purchase promo deals for India and Pakistan as low as $1,049 including taxes. $1,049 including taxes. Call Mr. Hafiz Suleiman, 713-992-2548. 713-992-2548. And you can also email travelplannertx@gmail.com. And I would also like to thank our key advertiser sponsor. Would like to welcome Irfan Ali, realtor from SKW Realty. And this is where you can call him. He's been in business and he will give you great offers, especially when it comes to home buying, buy, sell, lease. Call 281-773-8961 or email Ali realtor81@gmail.com. And the good news is that he will give you some cash back. And this cash back is buy a home with him, with Irfan Ali, and receive a 1% cash back rebate at closing where permitted by law and subject to lender approval. Terms and conditions apply. And you can see his information on the screen as well. 281-773-8961, and his email is alirealtor81@gmail.com. With that, I would like to sign off with the social media and continue with the legacy media. And again, if you've not subscribed or connected with me on social media platforms, please do. Thank you.